So yesterday, at least when I'm recording this, it was announced and unveiled officially that LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight was being made, and is releasing as of right now in 2026. This game looks to essentially celebrate the 86-year history of Batman and a lot of different versions of him. From The Dark Knight, the Christopher Nolan movies, to The Batman from Matt Reeves, to even things like the Michael Keaton Batman all the way back from the 80s and 90s. It's also said that this will include references and a celebration of many things, including games, the comics, the movies, different things like the television shows. So we're going to take a look at this for a few minutes today. It is still in the early stages of knowing anything about this game, but we did get kind of a meaty 2-minute teaser, and I honestly like a lot of what I've seen because even the combat appears to be more of like a fusion of the old LEGO combat combined with almost an Arkham style of combat from the Batman Arkham series. So as a big fan of those, that's definitely something appealing and interesting to me, all the way down to even seeing the explosive gel appear in the trailer. I do want to thank my channel members, by the way, before we hop into this, so a huge thank you to those of you here. If you are interested, there are exclusive videos and all kinds of stuff on this channel if you want to check that out. And as well, I do want to give you a question of the day to throw it back to you. What is one thing that you want to see celebrated, or you want to see depicted in Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? I know for me, I have a couple, like for example, I would love to see some of the animated continuities, like some DCAU stuff, and actually maybe even some of the Batman cartoon, which is often overlooked. So there's a lot that I would love to see in this game. Now, I do think it's worth reading some of the statements actually given out by this game, because that's, well, the developers of this game, I should say, because that's actually a lot of what we have to go off of, other than the things that we've seen in the trailer. They said, "We are thrilled to announce LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, a fantastic new game designed to entertain and provide enjoyment for every type of player." Going on to say, "Our remarkable team at TT Games is working hard to deliver a fresh take on the beloved Batman universe, offering new and improved features beyond previous..." Ooh, is that Batman Beyond reference? I'm just joking, but that better be in here too. "Beyond previous LEGO games that will excite both longtime fans and gamers of all levels." Going on to mention, "All of us at TT Games are incredibly proud of the game, and saying that it is a real celebration of everything Batman. We take players on Bruce Wayne's epic journey to become the legendary hero of Gotham City, incorporating iconic moments from across Batman's history with our special LEGO twist. Our all-new crime-fighting combat features are amazing fun and take the LEGO gameplay to an entirely new level. Whether he's the wrathful Dark Knight, the brilliant detective, or the unlikely father of the Bat Fam, Batman has constantly evolved, shaped by the world around him while remaining a timeless symbol." This was said by Jim Lee, who is also one of my favorite comic book artists of all time. He said, "This game brings together nearly every facet of his legacy, letting you experience the full range of what makes Batman iconic. Built with incredible care, creativity, and deep respect for the mythos, TT Games has crafted a love letter to the world of Batman." One thing they mentioned that I find interesting, which kind of plays into the idea from before that this was a LEGO Skywalker Saga style game, was this idea that there is this story-based adventure, which obviously pretty much all the LEGO games have had, but the way they word it is interesting, saying that this game in general begins with the origins of Batman as a young Bruce Wayne, training with the League of Shadows, and throughout the story-led campaign, players will build a family of allies with well-known characters including Jim Gordon, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, and Talia al Ghul to help confront an ever-growing threat from a rogues gallery of DC supervillains, facing the likes of the Joker, the Penguin, Poison Ivy, Ra's al Ghul, Bane, and more. I do want to mention something here, by the way. Something I really hope, because we do know that there is an open world, which I will talk about in a minute, but something that I really hope with this is that, and it could be good either way, but I really hope that it is kind of like the Skywalker Saga style, or the, LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga, or Indiana Jones, or any of these things, right? Where you actually go through those moments from the movies. And to me, it is looking like it's that. Because some of the ways that they word it, it almost sounds like they combined everything into one continuity and then just said like, oh yeah, here's like a moment from the Batman, here's a moment from this. But they show in the trailer specific moments from different Batman movies, and, you know, the actual Lego Batman wearing the costume from that movie at that point. I did see references to things like Batman 0 Year in here. I saw very clearly some scenes from the Dark Knight trilogy. Those were very apparent and actually kind of a primary focus of the trailer. We also saw the Batman, both the skin, or suit I should say, or minifigure, whatever, from the actual Matt Reeves movie. And then we also saw some other ones too. We even see the specific Batmobiles from those versions of the character. I mean, even with a moment just right out of the car chase from the Batman where he's chasing Oswald Cobblepot, I thought that right there, you know, just shows that they are showing respect to the movies in a very interesting way. Now, they said one thing that they're going for with this game is a new Lego Batman combat system that encapsulates the Caped Crusader's distinctive fighting style. Every hit packs a punch, with fluid attack chains, counters, and over-the-top takedowns. This is very clearly inspired by Arkham, which I think is very cool. Now, whether playing as Batman solo or in the 2-player local co-op mode, couch co-op's back, very awesome. Players can use iconic bat gadgets such as batarangs to distract or stun enemies, and the bat claw to reel them in. Now, they did mention that partner characters will have their own signature gear, like Jim Gordon will have his own stuff, Robin will have his own stuff. That's awesome to me. And also, they did say that they're trying to go beyond the familiar Lego game experience with that, with a new difficulty setting that'll make it harder if you want it to be, but also with that combat system, which I think is cool and very clearly, like I said, inspired by Arkham. So right there, that's inspired by the games too, along with things like the explosive gel appearing in this trailer, also like I mentioned earlier. So, I mean, there's moments here that I saw from, I believe, even the Val Kilmer version of Batman kind of near the beginning of the trailer. Like, they are really going all in on a lot of this. And I've seen people say, well, why isn't this version of Batman here? Why isn't this version of Batman here? We don't know yet which versions of Batman are and aren't in this game, except for a couple of them. You know, we obviously know about things like the Dark Knight and the Batman and a few others, Michael Keaton, things like that. We don't know if there are versions of Batman being excluded yet. So I do think people should kind of push the brakes on that one, because it's a little too early to decide what has or has not been not included here. And I also do think as well with a game like this, even though I shouldn't have to bring up DLC before a game is out, depending on how successful this is, like let's say this is super successful, but there's no Batman Beyond. I'm just making something up. Well, if this is super successful, obviously WB Games, who needs a win, is going to put something like that in, right? They're going to go back and they're going to add more content. So I do think it's worth people, kind of voting with their wallets, showing if they want to support this. I also think it's worth people pointing out the versions of the characters that they like and love, especially if those are not in here, so that, the developers know, hey, these are the things people are interested in. But I do love also kind of in closing that they talk about this being an open world Lego playground full of crimes to stop, puzzles to solve, rewards to collect, and surprises to discover. Again, very, very Arkham coded, and that there will be wearable bat suits based on past Batman related media. There's going to be a bat cave that can be customized to display vehicles, trophies, and collectibles. This is kind of like a Batman fans, honestly, fan game. I don't really know how else to say it. I know that wasn't exactly the most eloquent way to say it, but you know what I mean? Almost like a dream game for Batman fans, especially for those of us who are poor and can't afford to buy very many Lego sets. This right here is going to be a fun way to play with Lego Batman again in the modern day. So like I said earlier, let me know what you want to see in this game. I will be very interested in that. I'd love to make some wish lists, things like that for me, because there is a lot I would love to actually see adapted into a new Lego Batman game. And you know what? This kind of inspired me. This has made me want to go back and maybe let's play a Lego Batman game soon. I'm kind of feeling the itch, and hopefully this will scratch it for a lot of people. So that channel will be in the description down below, by the way, our Let's Play channel if you're interested. Also, all of our other channels will be down there. If you want to support this channel, like I said, channel memberships, appreciate you very much. We have our Fortnite code DJAY123, and we have another way you can support our channel while also getting amazing one-of-a-kind items for yourself, which is cosmobunny.shop. Maybe you're someone who loves to surround yourself with your interests. Maybe you're someone who loves, being able to take things that don't have life anymore and give them new life. That's what we do over on Cosmo Bunny Shop, because we take all kinds of paper from magazines, comics, manga, and more that have been damaged, take those things, transform them into a new media through a new medium of art into resin pieces, making coasters, keychains, trays, and more, and then we recycle the rest. So you can use code DJAY123 for 10% off your first purchase over there. We look forward to seeing you. Hope you'll check it out. Have a fantastic day, and as always, everyone, stay shui.